What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Mike and Ant. We are locked and loaded. Week 17, just 2 more weeks left in the NFL season, which means only one more month left in the NFL season if you include the playoffs and the Super Bowl. So these are some depressing times, but we're also excited. And I'm with my co-host Bob Miz. Mike, what's going on?
Hey, listen, we're here on basically, I know for me it's Christmas already. For you, you still on Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
But for the
yeah.
yeah, but I'm doing well.
I'm doing all right.
All right. Well, I hope you ordered yourself some of the energy from the sponsor. Shout out to W Energy. Make sure anybody that needs some of that get some of your last minute flavors. Feeling it's a great stocking stuffer. Use the QR code, put in Mob Squad 508. It will get you 10% off all your purchases. But with that being said, let's get to these 40 whiners.
All right. Well, maybe the game. Well, before we get there, we'll work our way. We'll start with the Saturday games.
Let's do it.
We have, and this is also an important game too. The 10-5 Houston Texans at the 11-4 LA Chargers. Um, if the Chargers lose on Saturday and the Broncos win on Christmas, which we all think they will, then the Chargers, I'm assuming the Broncos will win the division. The Chargers, they're still fighting for that number one. Not only the Chargers fighting for the division, but they can also move up as high as number one or number two in the AFC. As for Houston, they're trying to keep up with Jacksonville for the division. Right now, they're the number seven seed in the AFC. The Chargers are 1.5 point favorites at home. Who do you got for this game? Texans Chargers.
This is gonna be because I like this defense. I think I like Herbert more. I'm gonna go with the Chargers winning this game at home. If it was in Houston, I think I might have took Houston to win this game, but where it's in SoFi, I'm gonna take Herbert and the Chargers to win this game.
Yeah, and it's also a revenge game too. Because remember in the playoffs last year, Houston took belt to ass to the Chargers.
About the
Justin Fields
ass.
threw like 5 interceptions in that game too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see Herbert in the playoffs this year. I want to see what he could do.
I think he played better in the playoffs this year than he has in the past.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that he won't make some of those same mistakes this year that he did before. I think it there's a few games. I remember the Jaguars game a few years ago too. I feel like there was a few times where he got ahead in games and he just either maybe got overconfident or just started pressing. But either way, it just he didn't play his best games. He played some of his worst games of his career in the playoffs.
Yeah, that Jacksonville game. I mean, he didn't play well, but when you blow a 30-3 lead, that takes a team effort.
Oh yeah, 100%. But I just like I don't know, man. I a couple of those games, like I said, he just didn't look ready for the moment. And yeah, I feel like he just has a different demeanor brushing off of him right now. I think I see something where he's ready to have his probably his best work in the playoffs.
But for this game, how you have this game? You got the Chargers winning.
I got Chargers. Yeah, I think it'll be a close game. Probably win by anywhere from 3 to 7, but I got them covering the 1.5, obviously, and winning the game.
Yeah, I'm with you. I got them winning the game. The Texans, I don't know if they were looking ahead to this game or they just disrespected the Raiders. They should have lost that game last week.
Yeah,
They really should have. And we were both wrong. We said that Houston 14.5 was the lock of the week against the Raiders.
yeah.
We was dead ass wrong because the
Oh,
Raiders should
yes,
have
we
won it.
were. Yes,
But
we were. Trap.
yeah, trap. But for me though, I think the Chargers win this game because I really do think they do want to win their division.
Yeah,
And I think so. I think the Chargers win, and I think they help Jacksonville out by clinching that division this week.
I believe so too.
All right, so we'll move on to the next game, and the next game on Saturday is Baltimore Ravens 7-8 at the Green Bay Packers at 9-5-1. This game will be played in Lambeau. Green Bay is 3.5 point favorite. Lamar Jackson is questionable with a back injury, and Jordan Love is questionable with concussion. So we can see two backup quarterbacks in this game. But the Packers are 3.5 point favorites. The Packers could clinch the playoff spot with a win, and if the Lions lose on Christmas, then the Packers will get into the playoffs, even though we do not see the Lions losing that game. The Lions will have to win this week and next week. What's your thoughts on the Ravens and Packers?
Um, I think the Ravens are done. We touched a little bit on the Lamar rumors. We joked about that. I don't know if he's really asking to go to Miami or if that's just something the internet starts like they usually do. But with that being said, I believe they're tapped out. I don't think they have any fight left in them. Their defense wasn't that good anyways. They're severely lacking playmakers at key positions. Um, I mean, Henry's still good, but he's not going to be able to, he's slowing down. He's not doing the things he used to do. I got the Packers covering. I don't really care about the quarterbacks. I don't believe Lamar will play. I think he's done. I think he might be done for the year. So that's one thing there. If it is two backups that play, I believe Malik Willis has starter potential, and he probably might get an opportunity after this year to maybe show that. So I do have faith that he can run the offense similar to Jordan Love. Not saying he's as good as Jordan Love, but I'm not saying he's not. So it's just one
He
of
is the dynamic of running. He could run better than Jordan
Yeah,
Love.
so it's just one of those things where and he had the potential to make all the throws. He just didn't. It's Tennessee, bro. Like we're not gonna go down that rabbit hole, but I'm just gonna say now that he's had some good coaching, it wouldn't surprise me if he revived his career, something like a Sam Donald or something like that, or Baker. And he's actually younger, he'd be reviving it quicker. He didn't stay in he didn't have to wait 4, 5, 6 years, you know what I'm saying? So, I believe the Packers win this game, whether the 2 starters play, whether the 2 backups play, whether Malik Willis plays against Lamar Jackson, I still have the Packers covering in this game.
For Malik Willis, real quick though, I'm glad you brought up coaching because Tom Brady during the broadcast last week, he talked about how one of the things that Matt LaFleur did when they traded for Malik Willis is they changed his throwing motion
Yeah,
to help him be more of an accurate passer. That's the level of coaching he did not get in Tennessee because Tennessee didn't do any of that.
yeah. It's they
Um,
do the same thing to Cam Ward right now, but it's alright.
and we saw him do it to Will Levis, who's still on that team.
Will Levis got a rocket. Somebody's gonna get a steal with that kid. He just gotta get some good coaching.
Yeah, his biggest problem is he turns the ball over a lot, but if they can
Yeah,
control
but
his turnovers.
he's
Good.
another one of those guys that got one of those arms like on that elk or like a Josh Allen or when he's got the arm. You know what I'm saying? So if you can, and usually the guys that got that arm, usually the interceptions do come along with it. If
Yeah,
you can at least clean up the fumbling, now we're talking. Like you can't be fumbling and throwing interceptions. You got to pick your poison. You know what I'm saying? But I would love to see. Like I've been banging the table for the Rams to send a fifth or a sixth round pick and still Will Levis because I think he would have been perfect to grow under Matthew Stafford.
I agree. But for this game, I'm with you. I think the Packers win it. They both teams really need this game, but
Yeah,
I think the Packers they I think they're just a better team. So I think they're gonna win it.
yeah,
And I think the Ravens, their season will be over after this week. And the Packers will help the Steelers win the division.
yep,
They'll do Aaron Rodgers one last solid, beat the
yep,
Ravens.
yep.
And as far as the Lamar Jackson thing, I think Baltimore will fire Harbaugh before they trade Lamar.
Yeah, I think if he demands a trade, if he don't want to be there, and I don't know if the Ravens are a team that will play. Well, I guess they kind of did play hardball with them once. It comes down to if they,
They played hardball with the contract.
yeah,
The Bengals, they're the only team I know plays hardball with trades. Like
to be,
if
yeah.
you demand a trade, they'll let you like Carson Palmer. Like
One
they
thing,
literally let him sit at home for like a year and a half.
one
They
thing
won't.
I will say is, if you remember, the Ravens told him to go out and see if you could find a trade partner and see what they would pay you. So right now, they might at least give him the same courtesy. And if the Dolphins say, you know what, we should have gave up the 2 first round picks then, but we like the contract you got him under and we'll give it up now. It might be enough.
Or he could maybe be Atlanta. Atlanta was one of the teams. Well, they got Michael Penix, but I'll say Atlanta. They're one of the teams that tried to sign him when he was a free agent a couple years ago.
I just see them in trouble with they used first round capital on a quarterback. They overinvested in Kirk Cousins. I don't know if they're bringing in another big quarterback contract, but that's
They overinvested in Kirk Cousins first, and then signed
well,
Penix.
yeah, my fault. Wrong order, but you get what I'm saying.
But yeah. So for this game, I'm with you. I think Packers win. You got the Packers covering the 3.5.
Yeah. I'll be honest, got the Packers winning by double digits.
All right, so I think the game will be closer than I think the Packers will cover. I don't think by double
think
digits.
the think the Ravens just I don't know. It's something like that I told you I seen with Arizona. I just think that we're just gonna see some teams fight to the end and some teams just give up. They just look like they've gave up.
I will see.
A lot of low effort plays coming from these teams.
All right, so we'll move on to Sunday's games. And the first game on Sunday is the Arizona Cardinals 3-12 at the Cincinnati Bengals 5-10. Cincinnati is 7.5 point favorites at home. Joe Burrow, he had fun last week. He was saying that he was losing his fun playing football. This week he said that he had fun. He's having fun again, and so winning cures everything. But and I think they'll win again this week. Though I think Cincinnati will blow the brakes off of Arizona. I'm taking Cincinnati to win and covering the 7.5. Arizona has not again. Jacoby Brissett is balling out, but as a team, they just haven't played well. And then West Coast teams going on the East Coast in December when it's cold as fuck. They typically historically they struggle. I think Arizona's going to struggle in this game, and I expect this to be a Cincinnati blowout.
I honestly feeling the same way, but I'm gonna go against the grain. I'm gonna say that Cincinnati wins, but they don't cover.
So you think Arizona keeps it close?
Yeah, reason why I'm just going because I picked way too many favorites already. I gotta switch it up. so so I'm gonna somebody gotta not cover. I feel like the Bengals probably that team that underachieved. Some teams like to play down to their competition, and the Bengals have that problem sometimes.
We'll see, but I think I see this being a blowout, Cincinnati blowout.
Honestly, that's I kind of see a blowout too, but I don't think it's gonna be an all favorites week. So I'm gonna take my chance with the Cardinals covering.
All right, well, this is a big. This seemed to be a bigger game 3 weeks ago than it is now. But we have the Jacksonville Jaguars 11-4 at the Indianapolis Colts 8-7. Jags are 6.5 point favorites. Jacksonville made a statement last week by blowing out the Broncos, letting them know that the AFC ain't it doesn't belong to you, not yet. We got a say in this too. And Jacksonville, they might be a team to watch out for. Trevor Lawrence has played out of his mind the last 3 or 4 games,
Yes, he
and
has.
he's starting to look generational. Both him and Caleb Williams are
Yeah.
starting to look generational, and we could see both of them in the Super Bowl if things work out. But I'll let you go first, Mike. Who you got? Jacksonville, Indy. Jacksonville 6.5 point favorites on the road.
Jacksonville 6.5 point favorites. That should be an easy spread to cover. But guess what? Trap. I got the Colts winning. Philip Rivers gets his first win in his comeback tour.
I'm gonna disagree. I'm taking Jacksonville to win this game, but I'm gonna stay away from the point spread because I
The
think
trap.
it can go either way. I think Indy could keep it close like they did against Seattle, or they can get blown out like they did against the Niners. I'm not sure.
Well, to be fair, Philip put up a good amount of points and he was talking shit again. I feel like we're gonna give Philip this week. We're going and it's just gonna fuck the division up. So things is gonna be chaotic. You know, we gotta someone's gotta do it. It's gonna be Trevor. He's gonna have one of those games where he falls on his face. Sorry, Tony. Don't be mad at me. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm still gonna watch AEW tomorrow on Christmas or today. But your Jaguars, I think, lose today or lose on Sunday.
Well, Tony, I got your Jags winning. Not only they trying to win the division, but I think they're also going to try to get that number one seed, especially since they have all the tiebreakers.
I respect it.
All right, and then another game I think is gonna be a blowout. We have the 12-3 New England Patriots at the 3-12 New York Jets. I know it's a rivalry game, but the Patriots are 13.5 point favorites. I think they cover. I think they win by at least 14.
I'm not gonna add much. I got the pass covering in this game.
All right, then we'll just move on to two more shitty ass teams. We have the 5-10 New Orleans Saints at the 3-12 Tennessee Titans. The Saints are 2.5 point favorites. Tyler Shuck, he's impressed me. He's played well,
Yeah,
and the Saints have now won 3 games in a row. So they went from, well, we can get the number one pick to we'll just be satisfied with the top 10 pick. We might have our quarterback of the future.
yeah,
As for Tennessee, they're 3-12. They did get the upset against Kansas City, even though you could put an asterisk because already Minshew threw towards ACL.
yeah.
Kansas City ended up playing with their third string quarterback.
It was one play away from Kelsey being behind center. It's like,
Yeah, they're about to run out of quarterbacks.
yeah,
I think they had to sign a fourth stringer or get one off the practice squad. But the Saints are 2.5 point favorites. I'm gonna go with the Saints. I think they make it 4 wins in a row. I think they win this game.
I agree. And Shuck has impressed me. Still not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right, but he has impressed me. The Saints have looked like they remember I said some teams go down fighting?
Yeah,
They're one of those teams. They're fighting. Um, and I think they covered this game. I don't have any I mean any hope or faith in anything the Titans are doing. I think they're ruining another quarterback's. I think they're ruining two quarterbacks' careers right now. Um, all all the while being mediocre as fuck with terrible ownership. Like there's just nothing going on there that you can think of that would even remotely give you a glimpse to think that the future is good. I
yeah. I think they fucked up and you fired Mike Vrabel for no reason.
yep,
You've seen what he's doing in New England.
yep,
You get rid of AJ Brown. I mean, you see what he does when they throw him the ball in Philly.
yep,
Get rid of Derrick Henry because you decided you don't want to pay a running back.
yep,
Even Kevin Byard, I think that's how you say his name.
yep.
You let him go. He's now with the Bears. And he leads the league in interceptions.
How about this? You traded us for Ernest Jones and then you just threw him away for pennies.
Yeah, and he's balling out in Seattle now.
Yeah, I mean, we threw him away for pennies. I think they actually got a better draft pick, but you had a linebacker there. Um, I told you my thing was I thought they should have traded out that number one spot, loaded up with picks and
But we
surround.
both did because we thought that they should give like Will Levis at least one more year.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I think Will Levis honestly is better than Cam Ward. I've watched a lot of tape of both those guys. I I mean, Will Levis makes more impressive throws. He's just as good as an athlete. Um, I mean, I
He might
guess
be a better athlete because he can actually use his legs.
yeah,
Can't
and
work.
he's also I don't know, Will Levis has a lot of the same attributes as Josh Allen. And before I get attacked, no, he's never showed he could be as good as Josh Allen. But does he have similar attributes? He's big, strong arm, prototypical quarterback size. He can run. He tries to run people over. Health is obviously a concern, but the thing what I'm saying is he can do a lot of the similar stuff. So he could run a similar style offense. I just don't see why you didn't want to keep going forward with that and load him up and try to just you need tons of things. So I just didn't think that Cam Ward and bringing him there and having two young quarterbacks in an atrocious team was even remotely close to the move to make. But that's them. With that being said, I got them losing again. So
Yeah, we both got the Saints winning their fourth straight game in a row.
yeah,
All right, so we have another rivalry game. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers 9-6 at the Cleveland Browns 3-12. Pittsburgh just 3 point favorites. And I got Pittsburgh winning, but I think it'll be a close game. And I think it might be a tie. I think Cleveland can keep it within 3 points,
I I
especially with their defense. And I think Miles Garrett will break the record on Aaron Rodgers this week.
I a couple predictions. I predict Miles Garrett gets at least 2 sacks. I'm thinking 2.5, but I would say at least 2, right? So definitely he breaks the record. That's the first thing. And he's gonna have to break this record by like 5 for people to respect it. So I hope he gets 3 in the next 2 games. But it's like he had 18 games. Yeah, but he has 7 more than you. Like, so you can take off those, and you see what I'm saying? But and end of the day, on that note, I got this being a tie as well. I got a 23-20 type of game, 2017. 13-10 wouldn't surprise me. But I got a tie game, but I got the Steelers winning.
Yeah, same here. All right, and then after that, we have the Seattle Seahawks 12-3 at the Carolina Panthers 8-7. Carolina with the huge win last week over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take first place in their division. Seattle with the huge win last week over the Rams to get first place in their division. And Seattle's 7-point favorites on the road. I'll be quick. I think Seattle wins, but I think Carolina covers.
I'll be quick too. I'll match you. I hope that Carolina wins this game. But I got the same thing you said. I got Seattle winning but not covering.
Yeah, I think Carolina keeps it close, even though Carolina, they're one of those teams that you can't really gauge because they'll win like they did last week, but then you might blow them out 30-0.
Yeah. I'm thinking like 27-23 for some reason. But
Yeah, but I think Seattle. I don't see Seattle blowing them out though. I don't see it.
yeah, I don't see it neither.
All right, then we have the Battle of Florida. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 7-8 at the Miami Dolphins 6-9. This game will be played in Miami, and Tampa Bay's 5.5 point favorites, despite the fact that the Bucks are currently on a 4-game losing streak. And since starting off the season 5-1, they have lost 7 of their last 9 games.
Yeah, they haven't been healthy.
Well, they've been healthy the last two, and they're still losing.
I don't think Baker's been healthy at all this year.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
especially after that Rams game when he hurt his shoulder.
I think Baker's been just fighting through. Speaking of, Baker used to have this number on the Rams, but I think Baker's been banged up.
Uh,
And then also remember they like I know that Bucky and Evans have been back the past 2 weeks, but it's like I just don't think that this trio together has been healthy at all once this year. All healthy at once, even when on the field with each other.
yeah, and they just got Godwin back like 3 weeks ago.
Godwin just looks like a 5 yard merchant now, though. He doesn't come off as the same Godwin no more.
I mean, you think that ACL like affected his career? Is going to slow him down? Like he'll never be the same
I don't
again?
know if it could be just how they're using him, but it to me, if just going by, if I'm not watching him, because when I watch him, I haven't seen enough to say, yeah, he's lost it. But if I'm just going off the numbers, that don't look the same. So either they're not using him the same, or he's not producing the same yardage. But he doesn't look like a yard mover no more. He's probably their third or fourth best wide receiver right now.
I mean, it could be. Bucks fans though, they're calling for Todd Bowles to be fired.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he did, but I think he's done a great job. I think that this year was just injuries. I think they'll be good next year.
Yeah, I mean, even with the injuries, they still have a chance to win this division and make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But as for this game, I got Tampa winning. I think they end their losing streak. Quinn Ewers, I don't know if it was because he was nervous. It was his first start, but he did not look good at all.
He had a
And
couple of moments. That's it.
yeah, like you could see why he fell to the seventh round, and you can see why his draft stock crashed after he got hurt last year.
I
Because
agree.
Arch Manning, when he got hurt last year, Arch Manning came in and Arch Manning looked better, and people were questioning like, why? How come Arch hasn't been starting this whole time? Because he looks better than
Yeah,
Quinn Ewers, and yeah, he just did not look good last
I agree. I agree.
well. And I this week, so I got Tampa winning this game. I think they end their losing streak.
I got Tampa winning this game and ending their losing streak as well. But I don't got them covering because Tampa likes to make every game a fight for some reason. So
Yeah, even when they start off the season 5-1, they were winning all these games at the last second.
yeah, I see them winning same way.
Yeah,
Might
same here. I think Miami covers the 5.5.
me too.
All right, and this might be the game where nobody wants to win.
Look at
We have
the catch
we
I
have
put on the jersey.
we have the 2-13 New York Giants at the 2-13 Las Vegas Raiders. The loser of this game will get the number one pick in the draft. The Giants, however, are 1.5 point favorites on the road in Las Vegas, and I'm taking the Giants. I think the Giants will win this game. I think the Raiders will get the number one pick. The Raiders already started tanking. They put Brock Bryers on IR today.
Yeah, I'll match you. The Giants don't even need to win this game because the Raiders will make sure they lose. They're gonna make sure they
Yeah,
lose.
the Raiders will make sure they lose because they want that number one pick more than the
Mendoza,
Giants want it.
Mendoza is going to Vegas. That's where he'll be at.
Yeah, like I said last week, if I'm Fernando Mendoza, I'm already looking at houses in Vegas. That's where he can be living.
Yeah, you can already start spending money now because you know where you're gonna be.
Yeah, so I think the Giants win this game. Obviously, they cover the 1.5, and I think the Giants stay in their 10-game losing streak.
I agree. I think that they probably should have an 11-game losing streak, but the team's gonna make sure that you get a freebie.
Yeah, and the Giants, I don't like they don't get blown out. Like they've been in a lot of close games, even against teams that are gonna make the playoffs. Like they played them tough.
They have
It's just for some reason they don't know how to.
They have they've had the most key turnovers and pivotal moments in the games I've seen them this year than I've seen in a very long time, like, just in general, like, they picked the absolute worst time to have mistakes happen, and that's their problem right now.
Yeah, because like I know, like coming into the season, we talked about it. Like they had the hardest schedule in the league,
Yep.
but and so I'm not really surprised by the record. But at the same time, like, do you think them blowing all these leads and losing all these close games is that coaching, or is it because they're just a young team? They don't know how to win.
They're just a young team, and they're making big mistakes and big moments, and I think that's because 'cause they're overthinking, and that comes down with being young. Like, they just need to be a little bit more seasoned. They'll be alright next year.
Yeah, I think so too. I still think it all depends on who they hire as their coach,
Yeah.
but they'll be all right this week. They're beating Vegas.
Yeah, this would be a blowout. The Raiders would give them some interceptions, some fumbles, probably drop their play calling sheet on the
Geno
side.
might break the record. Geno might break the record too. He might throw 10 picks in this game on purpose.
Listen, they definitely could pull in Geno out there if they want to lose.
Shit, Pete, at halftime, Pete Carroll's like, "I'll trade y'all Russell Wilson."
For sure.
So we got the Giants winning this game, and we have the Raiders losing. And the Raiders, they might be the only team that happy to lose because if they lose this game, they have the number one overall pick.
Yep.
All right, and then another big game too, which can it's a bigger game for Buffalo than this for Philly, but with the 10-5 Philadelphia Eagles at the 11-4 Buffalo Bills. This game will be played in Buffalo. Buffalo is just a 1 point favorite, even though I think it should be higher than that. Um, Philly, they have everything locked up. They've won the NFC East. They're pretty much locked in and as the number 3 seed in the NFC. Buffalo, they have more to play for. Not only do they have a chance to win their division, but they can also move up. Right now, Buffalo's the 6 seed. They can move up as high as 2 or 3. But the main thing for them is they just want to win their division. They're trying to keep pace with New England. Philly, yeah, they beat Washington last week. Yeah, they beat the Raiders the week before, but Raiders and Commanders are not good teams. So I don't want to hear that the Eagles are back and the Eagles are all of a sudden Super Bowl contenders. They're still the same team they've been all year. They just been playing bad teams. So I think the Bills will win this game because they need it more, and I think they're better than Philly too at this point.
I don't believe neither one of these teams are Super Bowl contenders, but I believe in the Eagles a little bit more than the Bills. I'm gonna go with the Eagles winning this game. You said the Bills are the favorite, right?
Yeah, by 1 point.
I'm gonna say the Eagles win this game.
I just got the Bills winning because I feel like they need it more.
I know. I just think Josh Allen finds a way to not win in big moments. So, and this is the closest thing to a playoff moment that he's had so far. Listen, it's
I I trust Josh Allen more than I trust Jalen Hurts.
oh, I don't I just trust the Eagles staff and their team more than I trust Josh Allen having to be Superman against a good team. I just don't.
If
That's
I'm the Bills, this game doesn't even come down to Josh Allen. I'm just handing it off to James Cook. This should be a James Cook game.
you need to do that. But the truth of the matter is, most good defenses know that's the one thing you got to stop, and then you got to force Josh Allen to beat you by himself. So we'll see how it goes. I just think the Eagles are still the more well-rounded team, and I don't think the Bills can beat them. And I don't even think the Eagles got to give them their best punch.
All right, do you think the weather will play a factor too? Because it's supposed to be really cold in Buffalo this weekend.
Um, I don't know, man. I'm not really too into those cold mists. Like for example, people seem to get into this thing where it's like cold isn't an advantage for nobody, bro. Like Jordan Love don't want to play in the snow. Josh Allen don't really want to play in the snow. They might tell you they like it, but the truth is, you think they want to play in a nice dome with a nice breeze going through an air conditioner. You think they want to really be in these elements? It's a disadvantage for everybody. I'll tell you who typically does the best in the snow. Running backs, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if them wanting to give Saquon Barkley an additional 10 carries or Jalen Hurts deciding he's gonna run for 12 carries this game would be a good thing for the Bills. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that Josh Allen and J Cook won't do that, but then when it comes to everything else, run opens up what? The down the field play action, right? The Eagles got those players. I don't trust the Bills wide receivers.
Well, okay. I'm gonna like kind of detour here a little bit 'cause I have an
Yeah,
interesting. You brought up like the cold weather, so
yeah.
I agree with you to a certain extent. But then you have some of these teams like the Miami Dolphins, for example. They can't win a game when the temperature's lower than 50 degrees.
Yeah.
So like I know they're a Florida team, but do you think that's like a mental thing for them? Why they can't win these cold weather games?
Um, it could be a few different things. It could be that they like say for example, you have 5 games in a row and these are all warm weather and then you just get dropped in a blizzard. Hell yeah. It's like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, come
Well,
on.
especially being in Miami, like Miami's like what 70 degrees, 70, 80
This
degrees all
this is
year.
what I'm trying to tell you. So it's like, yeah, it's really just more of a complication of if you're living somewhere for 6 months and it's warm and then you fly into cold weather and then you gotta throw on a t-shirt and go outside, bro, do you think it's not cold? It's like so the longer you be in the cold weather, I think the more you get accustomed to it. That's where the advantage is actually. But nobody likes cold weather. You see what I'm saying? So the luxury and the benefit is you're training in it. You're there more. You know what I'm saying? You're there a lot. You go see nice weather, but then you're going back to the cold weather. So the cold weather isn't gonna affect you as much as if you're on the other side of that, right? But it doesn't mean to me that they want to play in the snow. And it doesn't mean to me that they actually feel that they have an advantage. Because I know some people that live in Florida and come out here and still wear shorts. Cold weather don't affect them. So some people live in hot weather and the cold weather don't bother them, right? Um, Two is the problem for Miami in the cold weather. You got the Hawaiian boy over there that was
Yeah,
in sweaty ass Alabama. It, bro, he's
he gets
cold.
drafted to Miami.
He's cold. You know what I'm saying? He's cold.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
he's probably until he got drafted into the NFL. Tua's probably never even been in a situation where the temperature's lower than 50 degrees.
Yeah, but also the other thing that people gotta understand is go and look at some of these games, man. The wide receivers don't want to get hit. They're not really making attempts for the ball. There's a lot going on. I think it's more lack of effort than it is the weather. Lack of effort in the weather than it is the actual weather. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
even some of these West Coast teams too, like when they go in that cold weather, they always struggle. Now you got some teams like I know the Niners, they won a playoff game in Lambeau a couple years ago. They bucked the trend. The Rams last year, they played well enough to win in Philly last year, I
Yeah.
think. So
Yeah.
I think there's some West Coast teams that buck their trend, but for the
That's
most
another
part,
thing too. A lot of these teams have actually played their asses off in the cold, but they lost. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So when you look at it on like a larger scale, it's like, yeah, they don't win, but it's like a lot of these teams are not really affected by the cold weather. They just lost. You know what I'm saying? Some
right.
of the teams are though, like the Dolphins are one of those teams where they do have, other than A Chain, they don't look in cold good in cold weather.
And then neither does Mike McDaniel's glasses and shit fogging up.
And you can't wear high waters with no socks in that weather, baby.
Yeah, I see McVay's stolen Mike McDaniel's wardrobe. He wearing the same shit now.
Yeah, that you gotta switch that up, bro. That's why you letting these motherfuckers come back on us. You
They're
need
they're homeboys too, so maybe they like, exchange
nah,
flash and shit.
nah. McVay needs to come up with some Bill Belichick swag this shit. Pull out an old hoodie out there. I want to see him come up with some sweats and an old hoodie and some cleats on the field. Like I know he mean business. No gel in your hair neither. You know what I'm saying? Just come out there with toothbrush still in your mouth. Mean business. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. We need grimy McVay for these playoffs.
Yeah, I think some of these coaches like Matt LaFleur, another McVay homeboy, he be trying to look cute and shit on the sideline. Like, his
Yeah,
coach is
man.
smart.
Like, dog, listen.
He just wanna wear a hat because he just wanna fuck up his hair.
You think shit's sweet. That's why he let motherfuckers come back on you. Look at Shanahan out there. He's on his look like he about to go to Alaska and hunt a bear. Like, dog, nah, he's out here trying to win shit. I
Yeah.
respect it. Like, yo, y'all gotta chill with this pretty boy shit on the sideline, man. Leave that to the wide receivers, bro.
All right, well, speaking of Shanahan, we have maybe the game of the week. Sunday night, we have the Chicago Bears 11-4 at the 11-4 San Francisco 49ers. The Niners have won 5 games in a row. The Bears, like I said, they can clinch the NFC North depending on what happens with Green Bay on Saturday. Or even if Green Bay wins on Saturday, the Bears can still clinch the division with the win. The Niners, on the other hand, they can clinch the division and get the number one overall seed if they beat the Bears and then end the season with the win over the Seahawks. Us as Rams fans, we are rooting for the Bears this week, and then next week we have to root for the Niners.
Yeah.
So, but for this game, we're rooting for the Bears, but the Niners are 3-point favorites at home. So the betting favorite is the Niners are 3-point favorites against the Bears. Both teams 11-4. What's your prediction for this game?
Um, my initial thought was Caleb can do it, but I'm going with the Niners. I got the Niners covering now. Them being at home is the deciding factor.
Yeah, I think out of all the teams in the NFC anyway, AFC, I keep saying the same thing, but I'll say it again. I feel like for the AFC, home field advantage is so important because all those teams are young, and so you want to play at home to get the comfort. Playing on the road in the playoffs, especially for a young team, it might be overwhelming. For the Niners, anyway, I feel like the reason why they want the number one seed is for what you said. The Super Bowl's in San Francisco this year, so therefore they get to play at home throughout. They don't have to leave at all.
You want me to
So
give
I
you
think
my bold prediction? That's what we see.
you think Niners get the number one seed.
Yep. I think the Niners get the number one seed. I think
Well, they're trying to do what the Rams did back in 21. The Rams had the NFC Championship at home, and then the Super Bowl at home. The
yeah,
Niners are trying to do the same thing,
yeah. The only thing is I think they'll probably end up with the same fate as the Niners end up with that season.
just the reverse.
Yeah, just different, yeah. Rams, I think Rams are gonna end up kicking them out the playoffs. But the the thing is though, um, I trust their coaching. Well, I'll just give you a quick insight. I believe they win this game. Um, I believe that Shanahan is coach of the year. He would get my for coach of the year.
Oh yeah, to me, it's not even a question. Like it's hands down. For
Yeah,
all the injuries the Niners have had this year, for them to even be in this situation, Shanahan deserves Coach of the Year.
yeah. And my thing is this: assuming I'm right and they win this game, I think they can do to Sam Donald what the Rams do to him as far as rattling him. And I think that they could control the tempo of a game. I think that Shanahan's a little bit more patient than McVay when it comes to grinding teams down. And he definitely is outside of those outliers like the Super Bowl with Atlanta and a few things. I think he's right now a little bit more equipped to hold leads with his team than McVay is. Like there was a point when McVay was beating you at halftime, he was like 47-0. Those days are over. I mean, like we when we go up by 2 touchdowns, almost to a point we know the team's coming back.
The team that broke that streak.
That don't listen, just leave that alone, right? But yeah, I do. Yes, yes. But the whole thing, what I'm trying to get at is we could be up by 20 and I still have a gut feeling we need more points because we gonna let them come back. And time again, he proves me right. Like be up by 3 touchdowns and you fall asleep for an hour, you wake up, it's a dogfight with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It's like, what the hell happened? You see what I'm saying? So
Well, and another thing too is like I think Kyle Shanahan, maybe he's at that stage of his career. He's at that stage of like, and Bill Belichick was hit this stage too, where they just don't give a fuck about your feelings anymore.
yeah,
It's like I noticed, like watching the game against the Colts on Monday night, it didn't matter that they were up by 2 scores. They were still
that's yo.
throwing the ball. They're still going for the throat.
McVay don't have that killer instinct. He
Yeah,
starts thinking he's one of those dudes that get ahead on you in Madden and start trying to run the clock so you get to come back because they don't realize they're 3 and out themselves and you're getting the ball back faster anyways. It's like, oh yeah, you did run out 3 minutes, but you
yeah,
did three simple run plays that gave me the ball back. So it, you know what I'm saying? So that and then but back to what I'm getting at. Going forward, I think the Niners are better than Seattle. So when that head-to-head game comes, I believe the Niners beat them, and I believe they do take the number 1 seed, and everything goes through San Francisco, and I'm not concerned with it because I think in that situation, there's only one team that could knock them out the playoffs, and it would be the LA Rams.
yeah. And we'll see how the seeding plays out. But they can either play in the NFC championship or they play in the second round. We'll see. And also too, I think the Niners, they also want the number one seed just so they can get healthy because they're so banged up. And I know they're winning, but like Kershaw hasn't even played in a
Yeah,
while, in a minute. So I mean, they need to heal up and rest. And then even Kittle got hurt on Monday night.
yeah.
But as far as this game is concerned, I'm with you. I think the Niners will win this game. I think Chicago. I mean, you never know. I mean, Caleb Williams, he's been pulling
Yeah.
tricks out of his
It made
ass.
me a believer.
Yeah, I mean, all the come from behind victories they've had this year. Um, but I just think the Niners get it done, and I don't know if there's like a defensive coordinator of the year award, but if there is one, it needs to go to Robert Saleh. He's done a great job too with the defense, despite all the injuries. The Niners, the Niners are ranked 17th in defense, so they're just middle of the pack, but they're playing well enough
They
where the
should be
defense.
32 with all the people they lost. They should be 32.
Yeah, so the fact that they're like in the middle of the road, and then, and like they're not, their defense is not hurting them. They're
Yeah,
just an average defense, but they're not losing them games.
I agree. I agree. I like what they've done. Um, and they're one of these. that this is definitely the best division in football. NFC West for sure.
And since we said that the Niners should look into benching Brock Purdy for Mac Jones, Brock Purdy has won 5 games in a row. He's
And he just
undefeated.
threw for 5 touchdowns in one game.
Yeah, he did something that hasn't been done since Joe Montana in 1990, throw for 5 touchdowns. Actually, and that just surprised me too that Steve Young never did that.
I know. It's
But
very
yeah, Brock Purdy tied Joe Montana's record.
yeah, but hey, good for him, man. I don't think he'll ever be that level of talent, but
Well,
records
he's got to win 4 Super Bowls.
records are made to be broken. Is that was we have one more game to go, right?
Yeah, so the Monday night game will be the LA Rams 11-4 at the Atlanta Falcons 6-9. The Rams are 8-point favorites on the road. And you and I, we talked about this on the last video, but it'll be interesting to see because if the Niners win on Sunday, the Rams know that they're pretty much stuck at the 6th seed and they can't really move up. So the question is, will McVay start resting players for this game? Um, even if they do, even if we got to play Jimmy G or whoever, I still think the Rams beat the Falcons. The Falcons, even though the Falcons have won some games here lately, I think the Rams end their end their winning streak, and we beat Atlanta and improve our draft stock.
Yeah, I got the Rams winning, not covering. And it wouldn't surprise me if we bench most of our starters, but I still think we could win with Jimmy G, like you said.
Yeah, and we said we talked about earlier, but I think it all depends on what happens on Sunday. If the Niners win, then the Rams know, okay, we stuck at 6. If the Bears win, then the Rams might say, okay, we got a chance. Let's play our guys.
Yep, I agree. I agree. And I don't know, I'm just leaning more towards um if this comes down to just say figuratively speaking, it comes down to the last game of the season and McVay has a chance to win and take over the number one seed. I still believe he starts Jimmy Garoppolo. I still believe he tries to win that game, but I think he prioritizes.
Our last game is against Arizona. We should win that game.
Yeah,
Even with Bennett in that
yeah.
game.
Bottom line is, what I'm getting at is, I believe he's gonna prioritize health going into the playoffs over moving up any position in the rankings. I don't think he cares about his seeding. I think he McVay believes if his guys are healthy, he can do this. So that's all that matters.
Yeah, like I said earlier, our right now it looks like we'll be playing Philly. Me personally, I'm not afraid of Philly. We should be able to beat Philly,
Yeah.
and then whoever comes after that, we'll worry about that afterwards.
Exactly, and I think that's exactly how he feels, and I think that losing that last game pissed him off, and I think it's gonna work out for them because that pissed him off. I don't think you wanted to get caught in coast mode that first week of the playoffs, and you let that happen. Because right now he knows playoffs is here, my brother. Just don't do that. You see what I'm saying? But with that being said, let's get up out of here, my brother. Let them know where to find us.
Well, you can find us on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe on there. And if you just want to listen to the audio, you can find us on Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify.
Also, Amazon Music. Don't leave Amazon
Oh,
out.
I forgot about Amazon.
Hey, don't worry about that.
Yeah, we should be promoting the Christmas game on Amazon too.
Yeah, we'll do something for the Christmas game. And make sure everybody that needs that little bit of energy in their day, run on over to W Energy with the QR code. Put in the code Mob Squad 508 for 10% off. And with that being said, we're out of here. We'll see y'all again.
Yeah, and like Mike said, get that Doobie Energy. You're gonna need it for Christmas. Watching all those third string quarterbacks.
Man, listen, I don't even know if W Energy, as great as this, is gonna keep you up for those games. but everybody have a Merry Christmas. Peace out, y'all.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Peace out.